Ranking our top 12 quarterbacks for 2025 right now on FFT Express. I barely said it, Dave. Did you even catch it there?
I caught it.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you think that that's funny or exciting. I can't imagine that 100% of the people that were listening before you whispered Express are still listening now. But if you are, thank you very much.
I think they are. I'm confident that they are. Okay, who are your top two quarterbacks?
Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, fitting since they're about to play in the AFC semifinal in a game that everybody is excited about. Both of them averaged over 27 fantasy points per game. Lamar got to 30.1 fantasy points per game in 2024.
So why did you put Allen? Why did you put Jackson over Allen?
Because I think that Jackson proved that in a year where both he and Josh Allen were playing to an MVP level, he was still nearly 3 points per game better. And so I expect them both to regress to a degree. I don't think they're going to be terrible, but I think Lamar Jackson can still be better than Josh Allen next year. He's a year younger. I think that he's arrived as a passer as well. The last 2 years, Lamar Jackson's been good throwing the football, and his rushing numbers obviously have been great on top of that. They're both great. And if you prefer Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, I get it. That's fine. But I just think that Lamar can still be better than Josh Allen, maybe not by 3 points per game. To give you an example, the year before, Allen was better by nearly 3 points per game. But I do think that Lamar is just in a great spot in this offense, the way things are, to continue to play at a very, very high level.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. This was actually one of the worst years for Josh Allen points per game. And I'm not going to include week 18 where he played one snap. Without week 18, I have him at 26.6 points. What do you have him at?
I have him at 27.2 for the season.
Okay, that's got to be without week 18 though.
Might be.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's still worse than 2020, 2021, and 2022. A little bit better than 2023. But I put him 1 and Jackson 2 just because he's just been more consistent over the last 5 years. He's been the most consistent quarterback, not even close. So I'll still put him number 1. All right, 3 through 5. I know we did this last Thursday on the main show, so I know 3 through 5 is the same for everyone in some order. What is your order?
Jaden Daniels is 3, Joe Burrow is 4, Jalen Hurts is 5. And that's baking in a step up for Daniels in his second season and not regression. Burrow continuing to do what he's doing in Cincinnati. I don't think anything's changing there other than T. Higgins leaving, but I think that the Bengals can work around that, maybe find a replacement for Higgins that'll keep Burrow's numbers up. And then Jalen Hurts took a step. I mean, he took a step back overall compared to each of the past 2 seasons. He was at 23.4 fantasy points per game. It was a little bit better than that, a couple points better than that in his first 9 games. But I worry a little bit about him having the upside of a 25 point per game year, which I think the other 4 quarterbacks can have.
Now with Hurts, I think he may have been there if you take out the concussion game.
No, he averaged 23.1 in his last 5 if you take out the concussion game.
Okay. I am at 24.8 points per game without the concussion game. So
for the whole season,
yeah.
that seems like a lot.
Maybe I'm just doing the math now, but yeah, it was an interesting year for him because he played a few games without AJ Brown, and I think that really hurt him. And then AJ Brown came back and he was great. And then he had this little lull for 3 weeks. And then he came back and he scored 28 points against the Panthers and 32 points against the Steelers. And then he suffered the concussion. Right. I have a lot of faith in Jalen Hurts. I have him ahead of Jaden Daniels. I go in 6 point per passing touchdown leagues. Burrow 3, Hurts 4, Daniels 5. Burrow would not be 3 if he doesn't get T. Higgins back. Jalen Hurts. It's kind of like my Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. I think I pretty much know what to expect from Jalen Hurts. Daniels is the most exciting of that 3 by far. He's a better rusher. I don't know. He's probably not going to rush for as many touchdowns as Jalen Hurts, but I think he'll rush for more yards.
Yep.
And he's great. But I thought CJ Stroud was going to be a superstar. Sometimes your 2 guys don't do as well as we think. So there's just a little bit of uncertainty there. And there's basically no uncertainty there for me, at least with Hurts and Burrow. That's why I have Daniels 5th.
I get that. And I think that Daniels he can continue to evolve as a thrower. I think the Commanders can give him another weapon in addition to Terry McLaurin. We'll see if Zach Ertz comes back. Curious to see how they handle the run game there. If they don't address that in a major way, then Daniels could lead that team in rushing again and just continue to put up numbers. His final 6 games, 30.4 fantasy points per game. Just an absolute monster end to his rookie season.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And
it was actually 35.6 if you take out week 18. 35.6 in his last 5 full games.
And then he goes and wins a playoff game on the road, and engineers.
It was awesome.
Winning drive. Okay, we'll take a break and talk about the rest of our top 12 after this. Okay, so we've got Jackson, Allen, Daniels, Hurts, Burrow in some order for the top 5. Who are 6 through 8 for you? Were you laughing at Daniels, Hurts, Burrow?
Yeah, no, I'm just laughing in some order.
Oh, well, is that your order?
Yeah, Daniels, Burrow, Hurts for me.
Yeah, right, exactly. So in some order.
It was funny the way you said it to me. I'm weird. This is, again, all in pencil. We're doing this in January. A lot of things can change. Baker is 6th, Mahomes is 7th, and Goff is 8th. Do you want me to keep going?
No, I have Mahomes, Baker, Goff at 6, 7, 8. I think there's like a consensus top 8 basically in our group. But you have Mayfield, Mahomes, Goff. Why are we putting so much faith in Patrick Mahomes when he's been at 21 points per game 2 straight years, basically been a low-end QB1?
I don't think he has taken a step back in terms of his throwing ability, his role in the offense. Like, I think we know that he's still one of the best throwers in the league. What I saw in the last 3 games when Xavier Worthy got hot and he started to realize what he was doing and the offense put as much as they could on Xavier Worthy's plate, Mahomes averaged 25.8 fantasy points per game. Totally small sample size, but then I get flashbacks to all those years when Mahomes had Tyreek Hill. And Worthy is not Tyreek Hill, but he's going to be a fast component that we know will still have a significant role in that Chiefs offense next year. I am very sure that Patrick Mahomes can get the ball to him. I would expect Patrick Mahomes to have a 3-year high in terms of fantasy points per game. And it encourages me to consider him like right behind Jalen Hurts as one of those quarterbacks that can hit 25 fantasy points per game. And I'm not drafting him at the same value. I think a lot of people are going to pass over Mahomes. I'm happy to take the chance on Mahomes once those first 5, maybe 6 quarterbacks are gone.
All right. And then who are QBs 9 through 12? Let's just do the rest of it.
So this is going to be interesting because I don't like my QB 12 anymore because there's so much uncertainty. Caleb Williams is at 9. Justin Herbert's at 10. I put Tua at 11, kind of a placeholder there. Don't really love him as far as upside goes. We've seen now 3 years of him having, moments of greatness, and then he either gets hurt or he struggles, what have you. I had Sam Darnold at 12, and I put it together really before week 18.
Yeah. Same.
And his last 2 games really throw his future into question. Is he going to be the Vikings starting quarterback? If he's not, what team is he on? Who is he throwing to? Who's his coordinator? I'm not ready to put Sam Darnold at 12. It's probably going to be somebody in the neighborhood of Brock Purdy, Anthony Richardson, Kyler Murray, maybe Drake May being in that group to potentially be my QB 12.
I have Darnold at QB 9. So that's
and how do you feel about that?
Horrible. There's no chance I would take him at QB 9. I have Kyler at 10. I have Purdy at 11. Purdy just feels very safe to me. I really think he's going to finish as a top 12 guy. Maybe could have a Goff-like season and really have a standout year, but I think maybe QB 6 or something like that is probably Purdy's ceiling. And then I have Bo Nix at 12, who I think he was he QB 9 per game? Am I wrong about that? It sounds crazy.
He should be in that for me too. 22.1 fantasy points per game over the course of the season.
And yeah, he was QB 9 per game as a rookie. He's got a nice rushing floor. I think Caleb Williams is hopefully going to make his way into this list. Drake May, the rookie quarterbacks, those 3 could be really good in year 2. Excited about them. Obviously Daniels, Nix, Caleb Williams. So who am I forgetting in that group? Oh, May, the four rookie quarterbacks, right? Like it's just
and Penix.
Penix not going to be a top 12 guy, and
he might get drafted. Might end up being one of those high-end QB2s that we target late.
So I think right now I would take Caleb over Darnold, which is kind of crazy. Maybe I'm judging Darnold too harshly, but I don't even know if he's going to be on the Vikings next year. And you got to feel like if he is, he's going to have a pretty quick route to the bench if he struggles. All right, that's it for FFT Express. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.